From the majestic cone of Mount Fuji to the beautiful islands and inlets of Sasebo, Japan has a natural grandeur both subtle and dramatic. It's a land of ancient myths and super microchips, unique scenic vistas, hospitable charm, and traditional arts, crafts, and festivals all await you. Welcome to Yokosuka, Japan. You have orders to come to the oldest naval base in Japan, Yokosuka. Yokosuka is located just 40 miles south of one of the world's largest cities, Tokyo. Most people measure distances by travel time between 2 points rather than by miles. Travel time to Tokyo ranges anywhere from 1.5 to 4 hours, depending on traffic. This is U.S. Fleet Activities Yokosuka. Whether you're assigned to one of the ships forward deployed here, or whether you're stationed ashore, you and your family can look forward to an exciting tour of duty.
When people give you advice, the ones that are giving you all of the negatives, I would ignore them. If you have a good attitude, it's going to be great. We're having a really good time.
But when Vicki Mansfield's husband received orders to Yokosuka, they were as apprehensive about coming to Japan with the family as you probably are right now. But with a positive attitude, not only will you enjoy your tour in Yokosuka, you and your entire family will have the adventure of a lifetime.
Oh, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I know when I look back on this, I'll have been glad that I came here. I think it's just enriched me to be around Japanese.
This kind of experience doesn't just happen. You have to work at it. And that work begins as soon as you get your orders to Yokosuka. Our advice is go immediately to the Family Service Center at the command you're leaving. This is where you can tap into a worldwide database containing essential information about Yokosuka.
Pretty much.
It's here at the Family Service Center where you'll learn vital information about housing, where your children will go to school,
Leaving in June.
the cost of living, what services are available to you here in Yokosuka, what to do and what not to do before leaving the States.
And we certainly do not want people to bring large appliances. For one thing, the Navy provides washers, the Navy provides stoves, the Navy provides refrigerators for them.
The first thing I tell them is please don't bring a dog or a cat. Don't bring heavy furniture. And get a book of Japan, about Japan.
The climate is much like Washington, D.C., except that it's a damper climate. There are 2 rainy seasons a year.
You want to invest in some very cheap, but some covered hangers or plastic hangers, something that does not rust. Otherwise, you could end up ruining some of your clothes.
When suitability screening is completed, dependent entry approval and command sponsorship are provided. Now, active duty military being transferred here need only their ID card and PCS orders to enter the country. But dependents will require a no-fee passport. The Personnel Support Detachment and Family Service Center at your present command can fill you in on all the details. All direct commercial flights to Tokyo from the States arrive at Narita International Airport outside of Tokyo. When traveling to Japan, military personnel must wear civilian clothes. Since this is your point of entry into the country, you must pass through immigration. For active duty personnel, have your ID card and PCS orders ready for the agent. Family members must have their no-fee passport. You will have received customs and immigration forms on the airplane before landing. You should have those filled out and ready to show the agent before you get in line. Following the immigration process, go downstairs to claim your luggage. Free carts are available to carry your luggage to the customs area. Again, have your paperwork ready to show the customs agent. Your luggage may be searched, it may not. At any rate, it could be a time-consuming process. You've now cleared customs and you enter the main arrival terminal. If you're lucky, your plane arrived at Terminal 1. At the south end of Terminal 1 is the Northwest Airline Information Desk. A U.S. military representative in civilian clothes should be there to assist you.
Hi, how do I get to Yokosuka?
In the event your plane arrives at Terminal 2, follow the signs to the Narita Terminal Connection Bus. Signs at Narita Airport will be in Japanese and English. This is a free shuttle bus that connects the two terminals. Get off at bus stop 0 at Terminal 1. Proceed to the same Northwest information counter already mentioned. It's in the first floor arrival lobby. Make sure you're in the arrival lobby and not the Northwest counter in the departure lobby. The military representative can give you directions to catch the free bus to Fleet Activities in Yokosuka. But to ensure space on that bus for you and your family, arrangements must be made well in advance.
It's imperative that they contact their sponsors and let them know so their sponsors could put them on the sign-up list for Narita to Yokosuka.
People just need to know to bring that extra money. $50 per person, I would suggest, is minimum for traveling into Japan.
American dollars cannot be used at airports here or in the Japanese economy. But you can exchange your cash or traveler's checks for Japanese yen at the airport. Under normal conditions, you will have a 2.5-hour bus ride to Yokosuka. If you've never been here before, this will be the first chance you have to see what life is like in metropolitan Japan, at least on the highways. When you arrive at Fleet Activities in Yokosuka, you may have to stay in temporary lodging until military quarters become available. If there are none available on base, you'll have to stay in a hotel in town. Have your sponsor make reservations in advance for the Navy Lodge.
We provide truly American type accommodations. We have 2 beds in the rooms, 2 queen-size beds. We have kitchenettes, bathroom, television, all the amenities of home.
If you're reporting to a ship forward deployed here and it's underway, temporary lodging can be arranged, but only if your travel arrangements are known here. Make sure your sponsor is aware of those arrangements. Of course, unaccompanied personnel have access to bachelor enlisted quarters or bachelor officer quarters. The day after your arrival, you'll be concerned about checking in, and you can begin right here at the Navy Lodge complex. This is where the Welcome Center is located. It's in the Welcome Center where you begin your search for housing, either on or off base. Chances are there'll be a waiting list for military housing. You'll then have to find a house in town.
We do have an interpreter escort service available. Okay. The responsibility of finding a house off base will still be upon yourself as a customer, but because of the difference in culture, the language barrier, we have interpreters who are bilingual in English and Japanese to help you look for a house off base.
There is a limit to your stay in the Navy Lodge while you're looking for a house to rent.
Originally a permanent change of station inbound family make reservations for 30-day length of stay. If they need to stay beyond the original 30 days, they do need to request an extension.
Assuming permanent military housing is not immediately available, you will move into a house on the local economy. Like in U.S. cities, Yokosuka is made up of a number of communities or neighborhoods. In Japan, such a neighborhood is called a cho. Americans living here simply call it living on the local economy. But houses in Japan are not like houses in the U.S.
It's up front going to cost you about $7,000 to move in. You've got your biggest expense is your restoration of your tatami mats and your first month's rent and your deposit is your most expensive, and a phone, which you will want, is about $750 because you buy phone rights and they're yours forever. If you buy phone rights from somebody, they're probably about $500. It costs to turn your electric and your gas on, that's about $75.
Although this is an accurate description of life in the Japanese economy, it's not as bad as it sounds. The Navy will help with overseas housing allowance, or OHA, as well as cost of living allowance, or COLA. You'll continue to receive the COLA even after moving into military housing.
The housing allowance will cover the actual cost within the member's ceiling for his home living off base. COLA helps to defray the high costs of purchasing goods and services off base.
There may be an occasion when a sailor must report to work immediately upon arrival and possibly go to sea. This would lead the spouse to accept the housing assignment and make other essential decisions. For this reason, the spouse should have a power of attorney, and this really should be done before leaving the States. You're now ready to move out onto the economy, but your household goods aren't here yet. No problem. Go to the Family Service Center Hospitality Closet.
We borrowed pots and pans, and we had furniture from the housing office that they lent us. We borrowed pillows and sheets and things like that.
Now that you're settled into your quarters off base, how do you get from home to the base? How do you get to work every day? Well, many sailors drive to work. The chances are you won't be driving the same car you had back in the States.
I think it's 1976. American cars made since then, or even Japanese cars that were made to import into the United States, cannot be brought back because the emission standards and the emission controls are different.
Many people who reside off base turn down military housing when it becomes available. Those who elect to spend their entire tour on the Japanese economy have found the experience rewarding and enjoyable. But most move to military housing. You'll find the housing at 2 locations. The first is on the base.
Military housing in Yokosuka is excellent. The house is very well maintained. Like, we've had usual problems in the past, stuck pipes or whatever, and we call PWC trouble desk, and no matter what time of day or night, they come out and they fix it right away.
The other location is a community called Nagishi in Yokohama. People who live here have a 45-minute to an hour commute to and from work every day, either in their car or riding a military bus that runs Monday through Friday. But this community of U.S. military and government employees has all the conveniences to which they're accustomed.
Yes, it's like small town America here, and that's why I really love it. The houses are beautiful. The neighborhood is safe. I can have my children go out and play and not worry about anything happening to them.
Most small U.S. electrical appliances will operate on Eastern Japan's 100-volt 50-cycle system, but not at peak efficiency. Electrical appliances containing clocks will lose 10 minutes every hour on this system. Once families get settled in, they want to know where the children will go to school. They're pleased to learn there are no drug or safety problems in the Department of Defense school system here.
We have a program that is comparable to the best school systems in the United States. We have had some students be awarded ROTC scholarships, Navy or Air Force. We have also had a student appointed to West Point. That was last year. A student accepted at Harvard, Vanderbilt, some of the large colleges.
That's all well and good for the parents to know. But what many youngsters want to know is, what can I do in Yokosuka or Nagishi besides go to class?
They have a lot of things going on after school, such as sports, and they have fine arts after school. At the same time, you can do one or the other. Sometimes you can do both.
My friends and I like to go out to Tokyo. We go out to Tokyo and go shopping at the Yokohama train station, or we go walk around Tokyo and go to eat at the Hard Rock Cafe and stuff like that.
Okay, you know you'll have good housing in Yokosuka. You know your kids will have good schools to attend, but what about day-to-day living? You've got to buy clothing, groceries, and all other essential items. Well, this is like any other base in the States. For groceries, you go to the commissary. In here, you'll find a variety of items, including international products. This is like a small market in nearly any U.S. city. Except here, the Navy Exchange is right next door. Although the exchange is considered adequate, there may be a limited variety of goods. However, what this exchange doesn't have usually can be found at either of the other nearby U.S. bases, such as at Sugi Naval Air Facility, Yokota Air Force Base, or the Army's Camp Sama. In Yokosuka, there is a major shopping mall. But be advised, consumer goods here are quite naturally geared toward the Japanese, particularly in size, and prices can be high. It might be a good idea to stock up on large-size clothing items, lingerie, and shoes before coming here, particularly children's clothing and shoes. Additionally, if you have specific dietary and cosmetic needs, bring ample supplies with you. Many families in Yokosuka supplement shopping by using a variety of mail-order catalogs. Many popular catalogs are available at the Family Service Center. You may have your favorite catalogs forwarded to you. As for medical care for active duty and family members, Yokosuka is home to a modern naval hospital that was opened in 1980. The facility not only handles routine and emergency cases for active duty, family members, and retired military here, it serves military and family members from throughout mainland Japan. In addition, it has branch clinics at several other U.S. naval facilities. Although the hospital is modern in all respects, dependents with major medical problems or chronic illnesses such as asthma, diabetes, or psychiatric disorders should not come to Japan. Likewise, most dental problems should be corrected before arriving here. All dental specialties are available to active duty military. Command-sponsored family members are authorized limited dental care on a space-available basis. Orthodontic care is available only to patients already undergoing treatment prior to getting orders to Japan. Spiritual needs are not neglected. Protestant, Catholic, and Jewish chaplains provide religious services on base, as well as in the Negishi housing community. Other religious services are conducted regularly. And the needs of the youngest Americans here are given special attention. Professional adult supervision is available at the award-winning Child Development Center. It's much more than a babysitting service.
We stress development, not just cognitively, but socially, emotionally, and physically, so that we address the needs of all the children.
Parents give the Child Development Center high marks for helping their children.
So he goes out with other kids and he can play with them. He makes friends very quickly with those other children out of this situation. So he's learned those things here, but he can use them in other places. And I've seen them help him go from an infant into 2-year-old and 4-year-old, and now helping them prepare for kindergarten.
At times, there can be a waiting list to enroll children in the Child Development Center. But there is an alternative. Some spouses care for children in their home. Authorities ensure they are qualified and trained before they can accept children for care. This not only alleviates the waiting list problem, it's also productive employment for the spouse. But spouse employment isn't restricted to the home. There are a number of potential jobs in Yokosuka.
Some of the most prominent ones are working through the Human Resources Office, which is your typical government service job. And then there's also opportunities at the Navy Exchange and through the Morale, Welfare, and Recreation Department.
Probably the most popular self-employment option is teaching English to Japanese civilians.
Let's go ahead and read through the dialogue together. Would you like to be Cynthia?
Yes.
Why don't you begin? Most people that you get as students already have some English, whether it be just a few words or some grammar as well, but they have some level of English and basically they want to improve on that.
But teaching English can be more than another income.
But once they get to know you a little and warm up a little bit, you can really develop some nice friendships.
For those who may not be seeking employment but who want to keep active, consider volunteer work. The Family Service Center always welcomes volunteers.
Whether it be the USO, it could be the chaplain's office, it could be MWR. Depending on where their talents lie, I will direct them in that. Way.
What did you learn last week?
Americans have an opportunity to expand their educational horizons in Yokosuka. Not only can they take college courses, the whole family can study Japanese. You could be the only one at your next high school reunion who can speak Japanese.
Ryoi means hospital.
And what an advantage for your children. Think of the opportunities opened up for someone who is fluent in their own English language as well as Japanese. The parents of these children chose to send them to a Japanese preschool. They learn the language at a very early age. You may think it will be impossible to learn the ways of a foreign land, but the Family Service Center in Yokosuka takes immediate steps to help you adjust.
We give them the basics all the way from understanding the food, the phone system, even the currency and the money based on the dollar rate. And from there we get into the actual culture. We give them the opportunity to go out one day out of the week and get to explore, especially in the Tokyo area, because that's such a large mass area.
Once you learn the local customs, you'll find the Japanese people to be warm and friendly.
Japanese people absolutely love Americans, definitely. So I would say just try to go out as much as they can and try to use the language rather than saying like, oh, there's no way that I'm going to study Japanese.
You get to know your neighbors very quickly because it's customary for you to present them with a small, inexpensive gift when you move in. Food is considered an appropriate gift.
This is for you.
Thank you
Oh,
very
you're
much.
very welcome.
I like cake.
Oh, good. Enjoy.
It's not uncommon for Japanese to invite American friends to get involved in some of the local holiday customs. Once you're familiar with your own neighborhood, you'll be ready to venture farther from home. Think of the freedom you will have to explore the many attractions of this beautiful country.
I mean, it's very special to be in Japan. Anybody coming over here should be excited. This country is amazing. Just to get out and be in contact with the community, and as far as MWR goes, that's the tours and a lot of community events that we put on.
We have a tours office located over by the Navy Exchange, and they offer tours, and during the ski season they'll offer ski tours. And you can rent your skis and all your ski equipment over here at Fleet Gym, and the prices are very reasonable.
Your recreational travels don't have to be limited to Japan. You'll find opportunities to travel to other parts of the Orient. And by using a military hop, transportation is free.
They have a lot of available flights to go around this area, Far East. Included there are Singapore, Korea, Tokyo, Okinawa.
I've been to Hong Kong twice, and Singapore, and Australia.
If you and your family travel to other countries for recreation, each of you will probably need a personal passport. But if travel isn't your idea of recreation, chances are there will be a number of things right on base or in Negishi to fill those needs, including 2 full gymnasiums.
During the summer, we do swimming classes for both children and adults.
Even though there's a lot to do here at Yokosuka, we realized it's not easy to leave your last duty station and the friends you made there and move halfway around the world. But if you come here with the attitude that you'll have a great time, you probably will. And the good news is that at Yokosuka, it's easy to make new friends and get involved in both new and familiar activities. And there is a formula that will ensure success. Just go to Family Service Center, find out what's available, then get out of your quarters and just do it.